So let's move on as we keep an eye on that game to give me the headlines presented by Hyundai. As you know, we go into the printing press late on a Sunday. We got to get this paper out. It's raining out there. We got to put the paper in the bag because it's raining. It's been raining all day here. I don't know what's going on here. So we really have to get this paper made. 2 games to talk about here. We'll start with my Detroit Lions. They bounced back from the embarrassment on Thanksgiving against the Green Bay Packers to beat the Saints, although it got closer than it should have gotten.
It got very close.
It was 21-0 right away, and then it ended 33-28. Your headline for this game is
Open LaPorta. Open LaPorta. Open the door to the keys to your success, and that goes to Sam LaPorta. It's a play on words. Their tight end there. He is. You don't see rookie tight ends come in and tear up the league like we're seeing that. Not too often. It's a very hard position for college football players to make the transition. You know, there's all these run game rules, right? So you got to be able to block in the run game, let alone there's like 50 different calls that they probably didn't have in college, right? The pass game.
And it was Iowa, too, so you know they didn't.
Well, that's what I was to say. In the run game, they probably did, and that's why he's probably prepared for it, right?
That's tight end university.
It is.
It's the one thing they can produce
So
there.
they're kind of, that's about one of the few things they are good at, right?
Yeah.
Right? So he was used to an NFL style of football, but still, regardless, it is pretty amazing the transition he made. You know, again, I don't care, Big Ten, college football, whatever. It ain't the vast variety of defenses and players you got covering you all the time. But he's just this is why he was a great second-round pick, because he's perfect for what they needed as a football team, right? You know, I think they came out with, let's not come out pass happy and, you know, Jared Goff's got a turnover issue. Let's try to ease our whole team into the game. Ran the ball well, which of course then just opens play action pass and opens the door there to where everything starts to roll and get going in the right direction. And, you know, really came out hot as a football team, kind of dominating on both sides of the field, right? And then, as the game went on, it got a little dicey. And you know, of course, you guys were at least able to battle back and control the football game.
Yeah, we got fortunate a little bit at the end of the game with the fumbled snap where the guard was pulling and hit the ball out of Derek Carr's hand.
That was the moment. You kind of felt, it was 27-21. You felt like, you know, the Saints had kind of the momentum of the football game. Your defense was reeling, it seemed like. Mm-hmm. He looks like he's going to sweep it to the right, and as he's pulling out, the left guard who's pulling hits the football and gives you guys the short field. And, you know, that was, of course, a big moment. The short field, Brian Brandt's interception early on in the football game. Derek Carr had somebody open down the field, and for some reason threw the underneath route, right? Derek Carr's not playing very good football right now. He didn't play bad in this football game, right? And I know he got hurt, but there's just been too many moments of him this year of being all over the place, bad decisions. What we saw in the Falcons game last week, you know, some interceptions and some big moments and all that. Kind of disappointing for the New Orleans Saints.
Back over to my Detroit Lions. I'm not done basking in the glow of this victory. Jared Goff, no turnovers in this game after having 6 in the previous 2 games, and so maybe he is back on track. And another weapon on the offensive side of the ball is Jameson Williams, PFT Ghost. As you take a look there at Jared Goff and what he did today with those 2 touchdowns as opposed to not turning the ball over and not taking sacks today too, which was another big thing. But PFT Ghost wants to give a shout-out to Jameson Williams. He goes, Lions go as far as they are willing to trust Jameson Williams. Simms knows ball. So you have been the one saying just wait for Jameson, and I've been the one here, Lions fan, saying I'm a little worried. And I'll be quite honest with you. Like, obviously, that reverse was awesome.
Yeah,
there was no one around him on that play. That was great by my guy Ben Johnson. He did just catch 1 ball in this game. They are getting him the ball at certain times.
They need to get him more.
I don't think he'll ever be like you look over on the other sideline, Chris Olave.
Yeah, right.
I don't think he's going to be that. And you do want that if you're going to trade up for a guy and get him in the first round like that. I don't know that he will be that kind, but he certainly is a weapon that can be used.
I don't know if he'll be as well-rounded as Olave. Where he can surpass him, though, is he's bigger and has more big play ability. So Olave might be more well-rounded as a route runner and do that to where he might not be that. But I think Jamison Crowder is going to be capable. Jameson Williams. He's going to be capable of a guy that, you know, you're going to have some games in his career and you're going to go, damn. I mean, it was 4 for 160 today. or it was 6 for 180, right? That's what he's going to be. He's not going to be the guy that you're going to go, man, he diced him up for 10-yard pass here, 12-yard pass here, 8-yard pass here. No, what you want him more is he's a weapon.
Deshaun Jackson.
You got to be, it's Tyreek, it's Deebo Samuel. Just get him the ball in space and go gadget rockets up his ass, and he's going to run by everybody. His speed jumps off the screen. Like today when he got the reverse, everybody in our viewing room went, whoa, right? Because, like, other than Tyreek Hill, when he has the ball in his hands, I would argue it looks about as fast as anybody in football when he opens up. They got to get him the ball more. They definitely do. The same things we talked about with the Lions started to be a problem in this game as when the Saints were coming back, right? I was worried about the Saints picking apart their zone defense. That's what they started to do. I worried about, are you guys going to be able to separate against some teams that can play man-to-man? As the game went on, New Orleans got comfortable with, hey, they're attacking, and they were playing man-to-man and locking some of your guys down, right? That's what made it dicey for a little bit. But either way, you guys came through with the win, and that's where you're going to need Jameson Williams when it's all said and done.
New Orleans on a 3-game losing streak now. Hillfully says the city of New Orleans is beyond finished with Derek Carr. Damn okay. He did leave the game with a combination of injuries. It looked like it was like shoulder, elbow, back.
Yes, he got crushed.
Possible concussion.
He took 2 big hits back-to-back plays. He got smashed to the ground by, I think, I want to say was it Bruce Irvin was the one that did that. And then he got hit like on a play before that too, right, where it was a tough shot. Listen, he's taken some shots this year. But, no, I think it's the missed opportunities downfield, the conservative decisions sometimes when you go, hey, people are open. What are we throwing the ball 5 yards underneath for? And then some of the bad turnovers in big moments, right? And you saw that again a little today here. The interception, they were backed up early on in the football game. It's like, hey, the Lions just went down the score and sliced through the Saints defense like butter. And here we are, we're going to give him the ball back and go, hey, here's the ball at the 17-yard line after an interception. And then, of course, the fumble you talk about of the snap. Mm-hmm. So he's saving some of his worst for the worst moments possible.
But they are still just 1 game back in the NFC South in a division where one team will win the division. Our other game that we got to get a headline to is the Dolphins absolutely dismantling the Washington Commanders 45-15. Your headline on this one is
MVP, MVP, MVP. MVP. MVP.
Jimmy Cox is with you. He says this has to be the year for a non-quarterback to be named MVP, right? You've been saying it all along.
I'm just a little of like, again, I'm sick of the quarterback on the best team against the MVP. Like, that's not what a MVP is, okay? All right? So that's the first thing I'm sick of. The second thing of, I go by what we do for our job. We talk about football, and almost every Sunday or Monday the whole year, it's been like, Tyreek Hill. Oh, my gosh, did you see Tyreek Hill in that game? Did you see Tyreek Hill? Did you see the highlights? Did you see Tyreek Hill? Did you see the Dolphins? Tyreek Hill. There's nobody we talk about more, right? It's almost back to like the Micah Parsons thing from 2 years ago where I'm going to go, all we talked about was Micah Parsons every week and how amazing he was, and he didn't win the MVP. Right, and that was okay because T.J. Watt did a big thing that year. But we're defensive player of the year. Yes, excuse me. Thank you, Pete, for helping me. But that to me is like, the big thing right now. And Tua's playing great. I get that. But what we're seeing from Tyreek Hill, he's the biggest game changer we've seen in the sport since Randy Moss or Terrell Owens at wide receiver. It's literally the same way where you just go, they're man-to-man. We're throwing to him. Forget the play. What was the play? It's throw to number 10, right? And that's what you saw today. Again, it's just, first off, did Washington know who they were playing today? That's the first thing I want to say. Like, what were they thinking? I mean, that was full Tropic Thunder performance by them on the defensive side of the ball.
Yeah.
How many times are you going to leave the guy that we've seen the whole year beat everybody in man-to-man? We're going to leave him man-to-man. He won't do it against us. Okay.
They're a broken team
they are broken.
On defense.
Especially
on defense. I mean, I think you trade away your 2 best edge rushers. That's going to eventually happen, I feel like. It's like you gave up on us. It almost feels like they've given up on the season. But Tyreek Hill now has 1,481 receiving yards this season. That is the most in the Super Bowl era through 12 games of the season. And get this, too.
Yeah.
He's the first Dolphin with 2 touchdown receptions of 60 or more yards in a game since Paul Warfield in
Wow.
1971. I was watching the game,
You
too.
were watching it?
I go, man, that guy looks
Look
like
at
Paul Warfield.
You know
out
what
there.
number Paul Warfield wore?
I would guess like 88
Nope.
or something like that.
Nope.
What?
Cut it in half.
44?
42.
No way.
He wore 42.
Why?
Yeah.
They allowed that back then?
They did. He was like one of those guys that was like a running back a little at first, so he got to skirt through the rule a little bit.
They didn't like. I bet they didn't like that.
But Paul Warfield, number 2. Yeah, that's right.
They go, if you do this
42,
again, you're changing it to 84. We're not allowing this.
Hey, and the Dolphins and what they do. Of course, we've said this the last few weeks. The defense continues to get better, right? And you said it too. Washington. I know they're a beaten puppy to a degree, but the Dolphins defense is getting better. Van Ginkel with the big plays today, right?
No name strikes more fear into the name of offenses than Van Ginkel. But he should.
He's a really good football player. He's not Jalen Phillips off the edge, but he's a really good football player. Having Achane back is a big deal. And the Dolphins, they just got so many ways to attack you. They really do. And of course, you got to worry about their weapons, and they get you going sideline to sidelines, and it's toss sweep, and it's reverse, and it's screen to the receiver, and it's slant outside of the receiver, and you're all worried about attacking that way, and all of a sudden they start going deep, and you go, whoa, holy shit. Well, there's only so many things we can defend here, right? And that's where they're amazing. And like I said, it's just more weeks than not. We're sitting here talking about the best offensive player we saw all day is the guy wearing number 10 in Miami, and that continued again today.
I'm with you.
Yeah.
I'm with you. Tyreek Hill.
Let's break this trend. It's stupid. And it's not to be negative against any of the other quarterbacks. It's about what we're all witnessing. And we're watching somebody be special and truly be the MVP of their football team. There's nobody more valuable to that team in all of football than Tyreek Hill is for the Miami Dolphins.
So who's got the most what's the most receiving yards in a season? Who's got that now?
It's Calvin Johnson with the 1976 or some.
So he's on pace. There it is.
Right there.
It was on our graphic that we've shown now a couple times. Thanks for that.
1964. There you go.
Calvin Johnson. Yeah, didn't get 2,000. So Tyreek is on pace for over 2,000. If he gets that, he's the MVP.
I would think so.
You don't even have to argue with people.
I would think so. And again, it's not like it's more than just like, hey, I'm Calvin Johnson. I run really fast and I'm bigger than everybody. Just throw it up to me. Yeah. I mean, we're watching some games in weeks where he caught 4 balls behind the line of scrimmage and had 100 yards receiving, right? I mean, that's what's just remarkable about the whole thing.
And that was Give Me the Headlines presented by Hyundai.
Do you want a Chiefs check-in?
We do have to.
Well, it's 27-19. Yo, what up, homies? Thanks for watching. Remember, subscribe to Chris Simms Unbuttoned. Right now, we got Sunday pod, right? So you can have it Monday morning. We recap all the action. Wednesday, it's the What the Happened podcast. We're going to get deep in the weeds on the key matchups of the week. And then Thursday, I'm picking games with that jerk Florio. So you know where to find us, homies. Keep watching. Peace out. We'll see you.